Hey guys, this is Patrick Powers. This video is for cross-platform development, week 4. And this week we're actually creating the opposite application. For me it is Android, you'll see on the left-hand side. So it's pulling down information from a remote source, converting that information into a locally stored source so that you can then potentially query that data. I did save it as a SQLite database. Query that data, update that data, delete that data, and add new data. Unfortunately, due to time constraints, I had too much going on this week once again. I think that's a common theme for me for the past 2 months. I was not able to do everything. The biggest thing was the synchronization part back to the iOS device. I'm pulling all the data. I could easily update the database at any given time. That would update the data potentially within the devices, but I don't have it syncing back. So it's simply pulling, saving, updating within the database, but not pushing it back out, unfortunately. So just to show you, basically I'm pulling down dog breeds. As of right now, it's going through, and then you can see down here it did pull from the database 10 different items, different breeds. It does not refresh right away, but if you push on one of the filters right there, just push on working, so it pulls up the working breeds. If I do all, it will pull up all the breeds. I'll go ahead and show you add. So add one. I'm just going to put in my own dog. So his name is Brody. And let's just assume that's a breed. He is a group mutt. 9, 20 inches high. Breed group mutt. 9, 55. Alright, so I saved that data. It does go back. I don't have it refreshing immediately, but if you filter it, you do see Brody at the very bottom. He was added to the overall list. You can drill down into the list, and it will show a detailed view. And you can see it's a German Shepherd herding. I do not have the edit function working. I only got the save function working about 15 minutes ago, and I only have an hour and a half left within the night. So I do have the delete working. When you click on delete, it will kick you back here, and again, you see German Shepherd right there. If you filter around, I don't have it reloading upon passing information back, so it is gone now though. So the delete works, the add works, the pulling the remote data down works. Going down in a detailed view, the UI is present for the edit function, however the edit function is not actually working. And then it does not push the information back. So what did I find most valuable? I think the resources within the past 2 weeks of information were very valuable. My second week assignment for Android was very plain Jane, very simple, to the point that I don't think I really learned much. This time around I used lynda.com. I was able to use the videos that were on there to create this database, to use it. Had to go completely off track from those tutorials to be able to actually perform even what I was able to perform, pulling the information down remotely, but it really gave me a better understanding and a better way of looking at SQLite within Android. What I find most challenging was dealing with the amount of time that it's taking me to do these projects. This is by far the hardest class that I've had, and it's just the concepts within it, and for whatever reason, it's just extremely difficult to do everything within the time frame. Had a million other things going on this week too, not to say anything, but I simply I did not have the time. If you gave me an extra week on top of this to complete this, maybe I could do it, and maybe I could make everything perfect, but I just can't do it within the time frame, unfortunately, not with work and everything else. So I got to turn in what I can. Something that I can use more clarification. To be honest, I think putting some of those videos for Android as well as for iOS up front within the class, maybe right in the beginning of week 2, would help to gain a better understanding of the SQLite databases and how to set that up, and it would probably enter you into week 3 and week 4 in a better position. I feel like week 2 we were just searching and scrambling for ways to do the SQLite database, whereas there are resources, and I think if those resources were presented earlier in the class, it would be better off for the students. So I think that would help. And then while I understand the concept, I can completely in my mind think about what you would have to do to ultimately create a synchronized database. I get it. For me to put that into code is harder. I get the concepts. Coding side of it I don't completely get yet. So even if I did, again, have more time, yes, I think I can get there, but it's not something that's going to come very quickly. And unfortunately, again, I do not have the devices synced. I think that's a big part of this class, but I was able to do a lot of the other necessary things. Hopefully it's good enough. Definitely learned a lot. I really appreciate this class, but I'm glad to be done as well and moving on, hopefully. That's it. Thanks so much.